Welcome to our science class. Today we'll be exploring our Earth, the solar system, and all things in between.
Let's start with an acknowledgement to country. Here is the land, here is the sky, here are my friends, and here am I. We thank the Yugambeh people for the land on which we play and learn. Hands up, hands down, we are on Yugambeh ground.
Did you know that the Earth rotates? It is important because it helps make the day and night happen.
Our Earth is on a tilted axis that rotates around every 24 hours, creating our day and night. But it's important to remember the sun doesn't actually set and rise in the sky. It's because of our rotation. At the same time that the Earth is rotating, it is also in a revolution orbit around the sun, which takes 365 days, we know as a year. This orbital pattern causes the seasons of the year that we experience on Earth, summer, autumn, winter and spring, at different stages of the orbit, as you can see in the picture. And if our Earth wasn't tilted, we would have the same season all year round.
The time it takes for the Earth to rotate one time is called a solar day, and it's about 24 hours long. Sometimes the solar day can be a little bit more or a little bit less than 24 hours. This is because the Earth's orbit around the Sun is not exactly circular, and also because the Moon's gravity pulls on the Earth a little bit. There are other ways to measure how long it takes for the Earth to rotate too. One of them is called a sidereal day, and it's a little bit shorter than the solar day. This is because the Earth is not only spinning, but also moving around the Sun.
In our solar system, the Sun is the largest object with a diameter of 1.3927 million kilometres. In comparison to our Earth and the Moon, it's enormous. The Moon's diameter is only a quarter of the Earth. Distances between major objects in our solar system, such as other planets or even comets, can be hard to imagine because they are so large. For example, light is the fastest thing in our universe, and it takes about 8 minutes to travel from the Sun to the Earth, whereas it only takes close to a second to travel between the Moon and the Earth. Although the Moon is far smaller than the Sun, when we view it from Earth they appear to be about the same size in the sky, because the Moon is much closer to the Earth than the Sun is.
The Sun is the biggest, brightest and hottest source of light available to us on Earth. The outside of the Sun, its surface, is covered with very hot gases. The different gases mix together and cause reactions that are called nuclear reactions. Nuclear reactions create a lot of energy, which makes the Sun very hot. The heat creates a lot of light too. The Sun can be recognized as a source of light by investigating shadows and using a sundial at different points of the day. A sundial works because as the Sun's position seems to move in our sky, the shadow it casts will align with lines marking each hour, telling us the time of day. The movement of the Sun and shadow across the sundial is a result of Earth's rotation on its axis. To make a sundial, get a flat plate and a stick for the middle, then start at noon and mark the shadows at different intervals of the day.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples might have other explanations for the observed phenomenon of day and night. They were the first astronomers. They used and still use the stars to help them navigate across the land. The Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters, is a constellation made up of 7 stars that appears in the Australian sky during summer above the horizon, disappears, then reappears during the middle of winter. They linked the appearance of Pleiades in the sky with seasonal changes of floods, weather and ceremonial life. In Aboriginal Australia, the stories associated with the stars and night skies carry meanings. Dreaming stories show that Indigenous Australians knew of their changing positions during the year and during the night. Many of these stories are linked to the sky, and for almost all First Peoples groups, the sun was seen as a woman and the moon as a man. This story, Wurrunga Pranili, the Sun Woman, tells of how night, day, heat and light were created according to during Aboriginal dreaming. Wurrunga Pranili is the story of the Sun Woman, who travels from across the sky from east to west, carrying her blazing torch from a stringy bark tree. We hope you learned something new.
Happy sciencing!